Then said the woman, whom shall I bring up unto thee? And he said, bring me up Samuel. And when the woman saw Samuel, she cried with a loud voice. And the woman spake to Saul, saying, why hast thou deceived me? For thou art Saul. And it,
because she didn't know? Yeah, because she didn't know he was Saul. Okay? And what? She comes up the spirit of Samuel.
It says, and the woman said, and the king said unto her, be not afraid, for what sawest thou? And the woman said unto Saul, I saw gods ascending out of the earth. And he said unto her, what form is he of? And he said, an old man cometh up, and he is covered with a mantle. And Saul perceived what was Samuel, and he stooped with his face to the ground and bowed himself. And Samuel said to Saul, why hast thou desired to bring me up? And Saul answered, I am sore distressed, for the Philistines make war against me.
Showing you, look, Saul, Samuel was at peace, man. You ready to go? And you're in heaven's right. Look, why are you disquiet? You know which ultimately both sides know
Pero y la
go.
mujer le consult the spirit.
It says, for the Philistines make war against me, and the Most High departed from me. And answered me, Lord, I am my prophets, nor my dreams, therefore I have called thee, that thou mayest make known unto me what I shall do.
Yep, real quick definition of disquiet. To take away the peace or tranquility of. Disturb.
And yeah, so Most High is pretty much with that spirit. You know, look, prophesy one last time. Look, some of the judgment. And had it in a way where the rich would function up.
He came back in that familiar body. It's not like he was up there all right. He came in that familiar body. That's why he said a familiar person.
Yes, Most High put that spirit of image of Samuel, you know, how you remember him in the flesh.
He knows the spiritual body.
What did he do? Did he bring something?
A mantle. He had a mantle. It says,
remember, they said they were going to pull up the spirit. They would, in the ancient world, they would wear like an article of clothing or something that belongs to that deceased person.
Verse 16. Then Samuel said, wherefore doest thou ask of me, seeing the Lord is departed from thee? And it's become thine enemy. And the Lord hath done to him as he spake by thee. For the Lord hath rent the kingdom out of thy hand, and given it unto thy neighbor, even David, because thou obeyest not the voice of the Lord, nor executest his fierce wrath upon Amalek. Therefore hath the Lord done this thing unto thee this day. Moreover, the Lord will also.
So, because Saul was supposed to slaughter the animal, right? Everything. Children, animals, he slaughter everything. And he didn't do that. He saved the animals alive, okay? You know, for like the spoil, fear people. So he disobeyed the command of the Lord.
It says, because thou obeyest not the voice of the Lord, nor execute his fierce wrath upon Amalek, shows the Lord hates Amalek. Therefore have the Lord done this thing unto thee this day. Moreover, the Lord will also deliver Israel into indeed into the hands of the Philistines, and tomorrow thou and thy sons shall be with me.
See? Tomorrow thou and thy son shall be with me. What was saying? Spiritual. At peace. So Saul and sons was the Philistines, yeah. So when they died, they spirit went up to the heavens. It was at peace. Okay? So the Most High giving whatever judgment that we're going to give. We'll see when they next time. But that's how it works. You don't go to a place on the ground and burn up. Because, these Christians, they teach that in Christianity, but there's no example of anybody throughout the Old Testament being judged with hell. If there was a hell, there would be an example of a wicked person going to hell. Not Saul, not Jezebel, not who else?
Judas Iscariot.
Judas Iscariot. What's that?
Thalia.
Thalia was a Dathan was a Dathan. Abraham. Cain. Where's the example of anybody going to hell?
We read the whole Bible. Don't tell us this.
No, broke the law. Each and every Israelite on that, sign broke the law. So the world should stop turning because we should all be in fucking hell. And we all died, didn't we? We came back.
If there's a hell, then it'll be no Deuteronomy 28 chapter. Right? If you break my commandments and all these curses will come upon you, and then you get a list of all the curses. It'll just say, you break my commandments, you go to hell. The chapter will be short. Blessings, and then I break my curses, you go to hell. That's it. It'll be 16 verses.
It's important. It says, the Lord shall also deliver the host of Israel into the hands of the Philistines. Then Saul fell straightway along the earth and was sore afraid because of the words of Samuel. And there was no strength in him, for he had eaten no bread all the day nor the night.
Well, you can't eat. You lost his appetite. You can't eat. Damn, your judgment come upon you. Damn, man. You just fucking weak, man. All shaking while you walking. I'm good, man. Got no appetite or nothing. Die.
They use the mind in the world to get that feeling all over,
I got something. We can vote for the next one.
back in Samuel, 1 Samuel.
Definition of speechless. When you get the definition of speechless, it says unable to speak, especially as temporary result of shock or some strong emotion.
Good. He was scared as hell.
Verse 14, it says, and he said unto her, what form is he of? And she said, an old man coming up, and he is covered with a mantle. And Saul perceived that it was Samuel, and he stooped down with his face to the ground and bowed himself. So he didn't bring the mantle. Samuel had it.
Because it wasn't like he was talking to him directly. It was the lady had to tell him what he was saying.
And she was connected.
She was connected. So she had to speak to him.
She was like a mediator.
She was the mediator. Describing what he looked like.
Yeah, and that's why Samuel had to come back into that form. Because like I said, if he came back in his heavenly body, she would have been like this. I don't know who this guy is. So describing him where he was like 10 feet tall.
We'll show you 15:27. Samuel turned about to go away, he laid hold upon the skirt of his mantle and it rent. Somebody get that 1 Samuel 15:27 real fast.
1 Samuel chapter 15, verse 27. 15 and 26, it says, and Samuel said unto Saul, I will not return with thee, for thou hast rejected the word of the Lord, and the Lord hath rejected thee from being king over Israel. Verse 27, and as Samuel returned about to go away,
So as Samuel was about to go away,
he laid hold on the skirt of his mantle and rent it. And Samuel said unto him, the Lord hath rent the kingdom of Israel from thee this day, and hath given it to thy neighbor, even thine, like a neighbor of thine, that he is better than thou.
so this part of tribulation of Judah, the judge is claiming that Saul had grabbed the mantle. Because they don't mention Saul's name in the King James Version. But if you read it, it's telling you that Saul had grabbed the mantle. So he could have had it with him when he went to the way. He could have had like people who bought it with him. They don't really say that. But there's an instance where he had torn his garment. You know what I'm saying? If you go into it, just to read a little bit into it, I'm saying he actually did, but there was a situation that actually did tear it off. So I've got it mixed up. It says, in folklore and some spiritual beliefs, there's a connection between deceased individuals, deceased individuals belonging to familiar spirits or energies associated with them. Here's how the connection might manifest. Tangible links: wearing or holding the deceased person's clothing can be seen as a way to evoke church memories, blah. Belief and interest. Some beliefs suggest that the clothing of the deceased person might carry their spirit or energy. This collective believes that wearing such clothes can bring good or bad luck, depending on individual cultural interpretations. For instance, some cultures perform penance using deceased clothing and law. Okay, ancestral practices. Some witchcraft or spiritual practices involve an ancestral veneration. They include placing belongings. So, okay, necromancy. In some folklore, tales exist of manipulating the deceased body or belongings for magical purposes. So in certain types of cultures, they do get that belief. So he could have had it, a comment.
I believe they did that on show that in the movie Ghosts. I believe so. With the go, she was acting like medium. I believe the lady actually wore like a sweater or something.
I think so. She might have to talk about it.
I believe so. She wore a sweater or something. I'm not mistaken. I ain't seen the movie in so long. Yeah,
It's like how he put his arms on the king gym. He might figure that practices witches. This is what they do.
Yeah.
So let me take this piece of bone into the witch.
So when you read 1 Samuel 15, it tells you that as Saul, as Samuel gone to the crypt, he chose Saul both sides with the kingdom. So he could have been like, maybe if I bring that garment back, maybe the kingdom will be brought back to me.
Explain it.
Explain exactly what's going on. And Saul said, listen, alright? Why you just fighting for myself? I'm at peace right now. You messing everything up. I'm at peace. So that shows you there ain't no hell in the scripture, man. We go to 1,000 scriptures, man. We'd be here all day. It ain't there, man. That's it. It's not there. So now the question would be, well, if it's not in the scripture, then it might get pretty nasty. Or some under the sun.
I believe
I got it. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 16. And moreover, I saw under the sun a place of judgment, that wickedness was dead, and a place of righteousness, that iniquity was dead. Yeah, so the place of judgment is on the earth. Okay? The place of judgment is on the earth. Yeah?
Stand right there.
And righteousness is iniquity.
You want to come right here?
The
water. Take the third look that way. Right there.
Spiritual places we
Just Yeah. All right. This guy's a zoo. And again, you never know. We don't control the weather. All right. Yep, here it comes. There it is. There it is. So I gotta fix my jacket. Like, I gotta fix this. Yeah, get it.
You know it's not talking about the heaven, it's talking about the earth. Okay? So what's that place that's under the sun? The earth. Look at this to do. Make the judgment. So you go to heaven, you go into the heavens.
You need bike too?
You go into the heavens, and that's when you seek the judgment. You stay down here on earth. And guess what? The Samuel to tell Saul that his sons, his sons, right? Yeah. Gonna be with me. That means the Jewish world, they gotta understand it and stuff like that. Well, look, the more time is there, family.
Slack it.
You know what I'm saying? So guess what? So he came back. So he had a mantle on, right? He said he had a mantle on because Saul Samuel's mantle was right, symbolizing the kingdom being represented. So Saul went with a mantle, hoping the kingdom would go back to him. Right? You knew that. Got something real quick. Tell you that you knew that you were the order from him. Yeah, that's what he went that's exactly the time he went to go ask that witch about it. Whenever the last witch was left. He knew that the Lord, the Spirit of the Lord departed him. So he wanted the people understanding about, why he said what he said. That's what was first, remember? When I asked the prophet, and so he had told Jeremy, he told his garment, I told his garment, so I'm saying, I'm taking you to the altar, separation. That's why when Malachi died, he didn't tear his garment, because the king was going to be one. You know what I'm saying? That's not what I'm saying.
Yeah, they was careful now. They said it, that's not right. Yeah, like it's like going to the custom and custom was like the party that was like the preschool symbolizing the preschool. That was showers.
Psalm chapter 58, verse 1. Do ye indeed speak righteousness, O congregation? Do ye judge uprightly, O ye sons of men? Yea, in heart ye work wickedness, ye weigh the violence of your hands in the earth. That was the way I believe the word weigh was. It's kind of different word. Oh, weigh? Weigh, each word is halas. To weigh, make level, balance. Verse 3, the wicked are estranged in the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born to the gods. So go back to game. Then you can't say, oh, I'm going to watch the program back. Respect. So they're calling you. Got something up? Somebody give me a book of Matthew 16, 10.
22. But when the young man heard that saying, he went away sorrowful, for he had great possessions. Then said Yahushua to his disciples, verily I say unto you, that a rich man shall hardly enter the kingdom of heaven. And again I say,
Rich man shall hardly enter heaven. You gotta get a good drink of water.
The book of Matthew, I'm going to verse 22 again. That reads, but when the young man heard that saying, he went away sorrowful, for he had great possessions. Then said Yahushua unto his disciples, verily I say unto you, that a rich man, Denzel Washington, Jay-Z, LeBron James,
they're not going to enter the kingdom. Now, we're not saying that that's the scripture literally saying. We're not adding the scripture. But we're telling him to mention these names to give you a more perspective of what he's talking about. Guess what? Jay-Z should never enter the kingdom of heaven, yo. Sorry. They don't like the Blueprint album. I know. Classic album. Guess what? The most high ain't getting to the kingdom because the album is 5 nights. Sorry. Ron ain't getting the kingdom, but he scored 3,000 points, y'all. Then one time he was the most thing I asked the Apostle Ron that was the Cadillac. What kind of shit is that? This is the $2 in the kid. That's one more on the ball. You know what I'm saying? I forget. That's one more on the ball. I feel somebody was going to say what you said. They were only looking at the guy who's coming around listening. I think you got to come around listening. Not the kid. Somebody come around listening. You got Cadillacs in the team? Don't know all those guys what they're doing.
I'm on that side. Why?
Hardly felt a rich man into the king life. I got it.
so I'm going to read it again. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 19, verse 22. But when the young man heard that saying, he went away. How the flash I start up? I'm going to read it again. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 19, verse 22. But when the young man heard that saying, he went away sorrowful, for he had great possessions. It reads, then said Yahushua unto his disciples, verily I say unto you, that a rich man shall hardly enter into the kingdom of heaven.
Yeah, because it's a mindset or mind state for having both. Because it's not to negate, that's not to say that you gotta be broke to be in the truth or to serve the Lord. You know, you might got some brothers that have full backgrounds that might have been entertainment industry, might have played sports, you know, if it's into that would suck their riches, or better yet, help brothers in need with the money that they did acquire. So it's nothing wrong for having riches, but the problem is, it's the same, getting rich cause rich. You know what I'm get that? Because you got situations where you have money, and then the basic necessities are covered. Now you want to go beyond it. Now you want to have peace on people, because you got the money to do something good. Now you no longer want to come to camp, because you want to enjoy your wealth. You want to make time. You want to fly to different countries. You know what I'm saying? Costa Rica, then Panama, then Bora Bora. You know what I'm saying? You want to go to safaris where it's $3,000 a night. And you ain't thinking nothing about the food. That's why I said hardly for the rich man to the kingdom of heaven, but I got to put
It's Proverbs chapter 30, verse 8. It reads, remove far from me vanity and lies. Give me neither poverty nor riches.
Right, give me neither poverty or riches, because what happens is, and people all say that what we're doing is we're not rich. Well, let a brother, and he be a brother, man, score $10 million.
You done, brother.
You don't know. All of a sudden, you get a woman that's never been before. You get access to places you have never been before. You get access to everything. Eventually, it corrupts your mind to where you feel untouchable. You feel high and mighty. Like, who is the Lord to me? And you got that same mentality when you poor. When you broke, you think about shit, man. How could God love me? I barely got a position and a window to throw out of. You start cursing the Lord for your position in life. That's why I said, give me neither poverty nor riches, right?
Yep. It reads, feed me with food convenient for me.
Right, so we ask and pray to have enough for our daily life, our daily bread. And sometimes the Heavenly Father give you more than this. Lord might give you a new job, a better job, might give you an idea to start a lucrative business or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And then you might be a little more comfortable. But the point is to be content. What the scripture say? What's that?
Yep, it says, verse 9, lest I be full and deny thee.
Yeah, because when you're full, you're going to deny the Lord. That's why we look at you guys with astonishment that sell out for filthy lucre sake. You look at y'all like, y'all really out here selling y'all soul for a damn a Hellcat, a Durango child, a Hellcat, a Benz. You selling your soul for a woman that's not even a virgin, but she an Ajmi model. You serious? You want to have 3 women here in this world? They want to live like Neo. Polygamous lifestyle in a wicked world. Knowing that in her behind closed doors, when she going to the grocery store, she probably blowing another man.
Verse 9, it reads, lest I be full and deny thee, and say, who is the Lord?
Yeah, now you guys are not the Lord, man. You false prophets. That's why y'all corrupt your doctrine. Y'all want to live comfortably dead. Y'all want to have admirations of men. Y'all want churches, people to look up. Man, Nate came in with a horse. I don't believe Nate going to get to the kingdom. Because the mindset is wicked, man.
It reads, unless I be full and steal and take the name of my power in vain.
Right, boy, you still, man. You know that's what you're going to take the name of the Lord in vain. That's it.
Yeah. This is Proverbs the 23rd chapter. This is in the GNT. It says, when you sit to eat with someone important, keep in mind who he is. If you have a big appetite, restrain yourself. Do not be greedy for the fine foods he serves. It says he may be trying to trick you. Be wise enough not to wear yourself out trying to get rich.
Right, but you might be invited to a bakery for the most person. And depending on how much you eat, you can tell, like, you take your life.
You can tell, like, if you're the type of guy, you know, the appetite is huge, he's looking at you like, yeah, I think you're making enough money. It works for you. It don't what the fuck I say now. So, verse 5
got the people that come to the barbecues and they leave the food for it.
don't be that nigga.
Yeah, don't be on
And he ain't even put it in. He put up it says, verse 5, it says, your money can be gone in a flash. This is for all you guys that's been sold out. Your money can be gone in a flash. It says, as if it had grown wings and flown away like an eagle. Money come, money go, man. You know? You guys
Even if it's the case, but it wasn't your money, look at a guy like Alizé.
That's what I'm thinking about.
Yeah, Alizé might have not have lost his vote, but all the things that you had to do to acquire that money, man, shame over you. So you can't even enjoy that money because you've been exposed for all the wickedness you've been doing. But if you look at shows like how NBA players and celebrities come home, I mean,
30 for 30, ESPN 30 for 30. Crazy.
yeah, money come and go, man.
Man, listen, if I came into $1 million tomorrow, I'd do whatever I can in my league this We could be making $20-30 million and be going broke.
Good. It was good.
Cursing. First Timothy chapter 6, verse 9. The day that will be rich, full into temptation, and ensnared into many foolish and hurtful lusts.
That disgusting spirit that came out of him. Wanted to sodomize my woman. You know? And, you know, it ain't the first time a nigga did that. It ain't gonna be the last time a nigga did that. I won't be surprised if there's another scandal out there. The money that you got at the end is just, you know, the Lord gave that just to expose it. Expose the rotten spirit that you have. You know? You know,
all types of stuff to the woman. I mean, so now you develop a fetish. And that's exactly what happened to Alexander. You know, even though he had all different type of experiences, now the lust goes more strong. You know, that's what the money can do.
This is the video.
Yeah.
This is the video.
We know it. It's the same
He
age.
makes videos like Sean Holmes.
We know that goes on in the industry. To do that amongst Israel is crazy. That was super crazy.
1 Timothy 6:9. They that will be rich fall into temptation and a snare, and into many foolish and hurtful lusts.
Yeah, foolish and hurtful lusts, man. To say you want to get paid. How you like the woman to be dominated by a white woman? It's a foolish and hurtful lust. But yet you can come out on the highways and byways and condemn it.
Which drown.
Yeah, but the thing is, man, we know that your congregation was making a lot of money. That's why the elders made, a report about start putting music behind. It's not about being theatrics, it's about being all type of theater type of to recruit people in. You guys do 25, 30-minute clips of an 8-hour camp video. The best part of your camp.
The
highlights of the camp. Just to recruit people in. And y'all might do one video a week. Because y'all want
instead of us saying, put no rent, all that shit behind the videos, right? Years ago, remember the Facebook era? Probably the elders now, everybody go out and have somebody out there taking pictures with sword and shit. This was on Facebook, have pictures with sword and all this bullshit. I mean, everybody tell you to do that. Instead of bust out, see any of you brothers got Facebook, man, cut that shit off. Now,
You go to different camps, the videos. They got the intro. They got the intro. Them rapping in the beginning. Then it cuts to them the merch. It's like it's just great before you get to the lesson. You got the rap video. You got the merch advertisement. This advertisement. Like before you get to the actual lesson. That's how they do it.
Cash App, Zelle,
Yeah.
Mega for donation.
Then when they go live, they waiting for people to get in the chat, views. You want to get people in, because it's all about numbers and money.
Get the likes up.
And that goes to show you that, Most High really ain't good, because Most High ain't dealing with, Most High ain't dealing with, I got 30,000 people watching my live. You know about that?
you know you're about that.
None of the people, all of them people watching, none of them might be part of the live. Especially about Most High, about that.
They bored, they need something to watch.
You go to the book. You walk past it, they don't do it.
They just want to see somebody play.
Yeah.
Remember Al Sharpton? They got like Al Sharpton.
Oh, no beard?
That's great entertainment. Great entertainment. We need there.
I said, I think I seen the video of the name of the crowd.
Yeah, man, some guys up there.
They always have something to fucking say, bro.
All that's understanding. All that shit. Things were shaved for years, man. And it was like he never even let it go. Like he shaved every day.
You know, you say they hear that word, but they hear them not.
Yeah, I got it, bro.
It says, which drown men in destruction and perdition, for the love of money is the root of all evil.
And that's what it happens, man. These guys love money. They love seeing their bank accounts rise. They love the things that money can buy for them. And it's very common. So the love of money is the root of all evil. And that's why these guys start perverting doctrines, man. They turn this thing of ours into a profit-making machine, man. You guys are no better than Christians. It's like what's out there.
It says, while some covet after they have erred from the faith.
Yeah, they covered after they erred from the faith, bro. That's teaching doctrine wrong. Was it complete to faith on doctrine?
They know the names.
Christ, united in Christ. That's office hell. That's turning yourself into an organization. And that's signed that 501c charter. So y'all get that tax exempt money. You know what it feels like to not have to pay taxes? If you made $100,000 a year, I'm gonna give you an example. You make $100,000 a year, you might gotta pay $30,000 of that in taxes. And if you was tax exempt, the whole $100,000 is yours. So all the money that's coming into that congregation is tax-free money, making them exorbitant amounts of money, man. It was quoted that we looked it up, and I'm sure it's a lot more now. They said that Daniel from IUIC is a philanthropist. He believes in donating and helping communities out. And they said his estimated worth for his church is $175 million. And his daily profit is $20,000. Well, he leave a month or a day, something like that. A day. So you guys turned the word of the Lord into way, and they've been doing it back then. When Yahweh Shah was on the scene. And even before he touched the scene, y'all was doing that. Y'all was selling doves in the churches, selling repentance turtles and shit. Yeah, all to try to make money off of the word.
Pierce themselves through with many sorrows, but thou, O man of the hour, flee these things, and follow after righteousness, godliness, faith, love, patience, meekness.
Yeah, and I believe after that Alizé scandal, man, and they need to do a documentary of surviving Alizé. Because you can only imagine what he was doing in his congregation, man. They need a 4-part Netflix series about surviving Alizé. The supremacist Israel, the super duper high priest supremacist Israelite Alizé. They need to do a 4-part series about the fornication. Matter of fact, your wife need to come out and start exposing it. She was an honest and righteous woman.
Put a pride flag in it too. They know he down for that.
Yeah, that was wrong.
I'm saying you gotta put a pride flag in the beginning of Alexander.
Yeah, they need to expose you like they exposed Diddy, man. Put you on trial spiritually. Had them guys that knew what you was doing come out and speak about it.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 10, verse 8. It reads, heal the sick, cleanse the lepers, raise the dead, cast out devils. Freely ye have received.
Bag, you got my bag here.
Yeah, that's why we ain't out here with our cash app and our YouTube channel. Begging for donations. I mean, how much money do you really need? How much is enough? But these guys come in trying to get a name for themselves. And they really desire the lust of this world, man. They desire the fast cars, man, the beautiful women. That's going to come. That's going to come in the kingdom.
Isaiah 4:1.
Isaiah 4:1, you get that too.
Yeah.
When we see his temple, get that too. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Hey, give me that.
I got a quick one real quick. This is Mark chapter 4, verse 19. It reads, in the cares of this world and the deceitfulness of riches and the lust of other things.
Like the kids of this world, deceitfulness of riches, to be rich and deceitful. Because they ain't never really yours, technically. If you got money in the bank, it ain't yours.
Deceitful because that becomes this free.
You can't son me if I'm richer than you. You know, people will boast in the riches. Matter of fact, if you were rich, people would look at you like you better than everybody else. That's listen to you guys. Matter of fact, that's why Yahweh Shah came with a donkey. Because if he came with a horse, people would have looked at him differently. But that was to trip them up. That's why we said. That's why we said the Lord was on the scene. The Lord was on the scene. He'd be with GMS. Yeah, the Lord would pull up with a Toyota Camry from the early 2000s. We're walking. Take the train. You know what I mean? He ain't like you guys and other leaders and y'all other kids, man. Y'all want to pull up with Maybachs. Then Comfy had a damn a bin splitter.
Somebody look at that word utilitarian.
And they say he owes something upwards of $1.something million in taxes. And you know when you come to taxes don't take all your money. So you just owed that. So it was a lot more that you was making.
Yeah, utilitarian. In the AI overview, it says utilitarianism is an ethical theory that judges actions based on their consequences, aiming to maximize.
Another word. It's another word looking for big already.
Utilitarian. It reads in the Oxford languages, designed to be useful or practical rather than attractive.
So that's what it is. That's what it is. Designed to be useful or practical, not attractive. That's what you're supposed to be at camp teaching with a logo on that shirt that says Gucci and shit. You're not. Remember years ago, I had a Yankee coat on. Remember the coat? It said Yankees on. I had my boss. I was like, New York on the team. You don't have no like no logos on your thing. It was a regular coat. You know what I'm saying? It's not a Yankee jacket I used to have. Regular blue. I didn't even know that. So we ain't supposed to be out here no fucking logo, Yankee, Gucci,
Balenciaga. First of all, the name Balenciaga means Bahamas king. Ain't no person you can't shit like that. Good. If you got it, burn that motherfucker.
I'm saying you guys German them too good. Having inside, don't be a teacher with chains and trying to make fucking rings on and watches and shit. We ain't fucking here to oppress no fucking body. We a hip hop prophet. Get the fuck out of here. You had a nigga like that years ago. Remember Ayasha Cole? He was the hip hop prophet. That's coming here with these big ass earrings on and shit. Niggas from Queens, man. Niggas back from Queens.
Oh, the shape of me.
I just call him Sergeant Shaker.
And then Garrett Dunn from Atlanta.
Yeah, that nigga. Oh yeah, that nigga. I met a faggot ass nigga came out here one day. That nigga, what you call it, man? He's supposed to be that nigga fell out. He fell out. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what the hell made him say that. I have no idea. Yeah, but you know, man, I always see you fall out of this thing, man. And I'm like, yeah, you know those stories, I'm like, see that? Exactly. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you ever saw something like he, but it was a demon in him. He was really seeing that in his own self. He out the camp, man. The nigga y'all already started, he out the camp, man. Fuck out of here. The nigga from Atlanta, he was a fucking demon. And he used to have it with the head lined up with all types of shit. Yeah. Fucking nigga, man. Crazy, man. This dude's crazy, man. How you gonna come from Atlanta all the way up here and tell somebody to do like that? You know what I'm saying? Like, what make you do it? Yeah, say it.
I sat next to me. In the Passover, the thing, the main guy was shaking, man. And the way that nigga was talking, I'm like, that nigga was so fucking proud of me. So he talked like a nigga. You know, basically talking like a nigga, man. I got that spirit from me. Even Element, when I first met Element, man, once I saluted the guy, I touched him like, you know, like, what's wrong with this thing? Like, there was something wrong about that dude. I didn't like that. I held it to myself. I didn't even say nothing. The spirit manifested that dude was a fucking deep. Yeah.
He was a real deep guy.
Yeah. Jeremiah 5, verse 26. For among my people are found wicked men. They lay wait as he that selleth snares. They set a trap. They catch men.
Yeah. you go. I want you to find wicked men. That's an old school story. Yeah. Old school is wicked, man. Straight up wicked. Crazy, you know? One time I watched them in the video, she did like a lady camp. She had a dude that was like in the camp or whatever. He was talking like in the crowd or whatever, talking about like, you know, the destruction of town, other multiple, and the way he was talking to the woman, that was like he was trying to instill fear in the woman to get with him. Like, yeah, she doesn't gotta get with brothers like us. I'm like, whoa. And I just can't fit a kid for that time. Like, that's not, and I was for a brother yet. That brought me more women.
Yeah.
Like,
Remember that shit?
remember the video?
Yeah, yeah.
He had a sign in front of
Yeah,
him?
that shit was wicked,
Yeah,
yeah.
it was wicked, right?
That shit was wicked.
That was wicked as hell. I'm like, yo, like, they're trying to instill fear in the woman to get with you?
Yeah.
I'm like, that don't even sound right.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, man, yes, those times are going to come, and if the Most High sends those women with brothers, that's going to happen. But you don't go and say nothing like that. It's like you're trying to, I got to see you now.
Even if she got with an Edomite, you know what I mean? Even if she with an Edomite or a Hamite, you don't tell that woman, yo, leave that man and get with the Israelite.
Exactly.
That's on her. See her. That's her judgment. You know what I mean?
Come on, man.
Might be a Jake anyways.
I'm saying, come on. Come on, say something.
Yeah, that sounds like it's a distortion.
Exactly. Yeah, more to that.
That was pretty much the point.
I'm sorry, read that last part. They make a snare and they catch men. That snare, yeah, that's especially with these guys like you were talking about. You know, they put the actions in front of their videos. Like they'll have the long camp video and cut out the good parts of the camp, and they put it down with the lightning in the back, all that bullshit, man. The songs, the rapping, yeah, that's the snare to catch you, man. Because they know Jake is into all that hip hop bullshit, that podcast bullshit. That's why this nigga was going there and rubbing elbows with Adam 22 or whatever that name is. You know? That's that snare, man. So niggas look at it like, yo, it's cool, son. Got the chains in the club, you know what I'm saying? Fitted hats. That's that snare catch you, man. Because niggas are into shit like that. See, we just come straight out the scriptures to you, man. Ain't no fitted hats back there, bro.
Jeremiah 5, verse 26. For among my Jeremiah 5, verse 26. For among my people are found wicked men. They lay wait as he that sitteth snares, or setteth snares. They set a trap. They catch men.
Yeah, they catch men. You know, that's why they getting on the tights money. That's why this nigga was tricking you and making tights money.
I think I know what's going on.
Oh, you do that too?
That to do with this campaign type of shit.
Tree.
And he had to go to the sand. Tights, like get the tights. Yeah, I'm talking. Basketball Jones doing that.
Mark chapter 4, verse 19. It reads, in the cares of this world and the deceitfulness of riches and the lust of other things entering in, choke the word and it become unfruitful.
His life choked him up, and he became more fruitful. They stopped. They stopped serving the Lord. They just became dead. That was it. It was over. Yeah, like they spoke about y'all down from Atlanta, man. They had a whole video about him, man. Yeah, brothers out there, he was paying for his challenger. He was all about Jordan. I think his name means Jordan. Yeah. Supreme Jordan. He always had some fly Jordan. But you know, he's excluded from the tribe, yo.
No, the reason I only hear the reason I said that because I only hear a lot about Benjamin like in the that's why in the South. Right? I think he had the accent.
But you know, correction, he wasn't Benjamin, he was West Indian. He wasn't Benjamin, he was West Indian. I know Benjamin when I see him. He was definitely West Indian. But it's sprinkled in Jesus' name.
He used to have that thing on his head. Just like he had his puppet. He used to have that thing on his head. It's like his head used to be covered. But it had a hole in the top, yeah. He seemed like a cool dude at first. He seemed like a nigga, but you can see the nigga in him all the video. You can see it. Like, you can see the video with his tab. You didn't have to meet him, but he seemed like a cool guy on the exterior. But when you watch the video, like, you can see the nigga on him. And it took a couple of years to manifest it. But I don't know. Yeah, bro. Hold on. Go more. Like, you want to open it. Finish that up.
This thing about it, you play the background, man, you never want to be a top guy. Never want to make your name a rap nigga. That's the fastest to fall.
In verse 20, and these are they which are sown on good ground, such as hear the word and receive it, and bring forth fruit, some 30-fold, some 60, and some 100.
Right, so, so that's fruit or that, like, hopefully, like, you bring in maybe more members. With that, we'll give all praise to Yahweh.
Shim Yahusha, Bashir, Kakwadash.